Now, it's no secret that Fire Emblem often parodies itself. You have, the green-haired archer, Precious Boy, despite the fact that Gordon is actually 21, but let's move past that for now. You have the Dependable Knight, you have Cain and Abel. I could have just said Cain and Abel, but I decided to list more examples instead. And, the Minervas, and they, tend to share common personality traits most of the time. You have Minerva, you have Jill, Milady, they're all from enemy nations, all red hair. You have Cain and Abel, known the Lord for a while, pretty much their guardians. And then you have, Jagan, the strongest of them all. And then, but of course, there are sometimes more obscure characters that are parodied. But what happens if you take all the wrong and negative aspects of a character without any of the redeeming qualities and then put it in a different character and make a new one with all those negative aspects? Well, you get Makalov, the anti-Mathis. Now, what makes Makalov a parody of Mathis? Well, that's pretty easy to see. They both have pink hair, they're both cavaliers that join with pretty below-average bases for when they join compared to the rest of your army, and of course, they both attack their precious sisters. However, the similarities end there, and they actually have a lot, and I mean a lot of difference that spawn from these similarities I listed. First of all, attacking their sister. A, Mathis was forced into the army. B, he didn't know it was Lena, right? He's confused. He's a young boy. He doesn't know what's going on. If he attacks Lena, he's like, Lena, where are you? He clearly does not know, under the circumstances that he's attacking Lena, that he is actually attacking Lena. And the moment he does, the moment Lena says, hey, Mathis, yo, it's me, Lena, he's like, alright, fuck it, I'm Macedon. I'd rather die as one of the dashing than one of the dastardly. And so he switches sides. And now, what happens if Makalov attacks his sister? They go, hey, aren't you Makalov? Hey, aren't you Marisha? And then they start fighting each other after they've clearly identified each other. And then another difference is that Mathis cares for his sister. As said in my Mathis deconstruction video, in Mr. the Emblem, he goes after Lena, even though he knows he's weak. Lena is his top priority. He cares about her very much. Now, how does Makalov go about doing his sister? Caring for her, taking care of her. Well, you see, he got a gambling problem, and then he got debts, and then the debt collectors went to Marisha's job, and then she got fired, and Makalov scrammed. So that's how much he cares about his sister, folks. And then there's, actually being a good unit, which Mathis is in most of his appearances. In Fire Emblem 1, Fire Emblem 3, he's got his base stats are a bit lower than Cain and Abel's, I'm not gonna lie. But he has that high weapon level that makes it so he can use the good weapons right away. So he's just good glue for your army. And in Shadow Dragon, he's one weapon rank from, Rider's Banes. He's not the best, but he's not unusable either. He's always got as good availability going for him in terms of that. Now, Makalov has actually pretty bad availability. You get him a couple chapters into the arc where, you're figuring out, that Oliver is, abusing Laguz. And by that point, you pretty much have your army, right? You got Jill at that point. You have pretty much everything you need to get by. So, Makalov really doesn't... I mean, he's a Cavalier, so you can't put him on your team and he'll be good. But, why would you? And then, there's the personality. Mathis is, funny guy. You can kind of see how him and Makalov would make the same overconfident jokes, like, attaboy, Julian. But Mathis actually is very aware of his own limitations. He knows he's weak, he knows he'll probably die, but he goes to save Lena anyway, compared to Makalov, who always has a smug grin on his face, and is like, haha, I'm a Crimean soldier, haha, I'm the best soldier, haha. So, why is Makalov like this if he's a parody of Mathis, who is a pretty cool guy when all the other characters are pretty faithful? Gordon, Walt, Rolf, they have different personality traits, but all in all, they're all pretty chill dudes, kind of sharing the same aspect. Well, it's like, imagine this. Most Fire Emblem fans think of Mathis the way they think of Makalov. Think about it. Attacks his sister, cocky, personality, bad cav, everything that people think Mathis is. It's like if all the negative energy that what people think Mathis is, despite there being more to him, gathered, and then all that negative energy spawned and created its own character. Makalov is what Fire Emblem fans perceive Mathis to be, and he's just that. He is the anti-Mathis. With that being said, Vote for Mathis and choose your Legends Round 5, baby! Haha!